Why learn C++? Here are some prominent reasons for learning C++. C++ is a programming language close to the hardware, so you get a chance to work at a low level, which gives you a lot of control in terms of memory management, better performance, and finally a robust software development. C++ programming gives you a clear understanding of object-oriented programming. C++ is the most widely used programming language in application and system programming. C++ programming language teaches you the difference between compiler, linker, loader, different data types, variable types, scopes, etc. Applications of C++ programming. Here are some important applications of C++. C++ is used to develop all kinds of embedded systems like smartwatches, multimedia systems in automobiles, IoT devices, etc. C++ also allows you to develop servers and high-performance microcontroller programs. C++ programming language is used for developing almost all the major operating systems like Windows, Mac OS X, and Linux. Prerequisites for learning C++. Before you start learning C++ with various types of examples given in this C++ for Beginners tutorial, we assume that you are already aware of the basics of a computer program and computer programming language concepts like variable, function, sequence, selection, and iteration. What will you learn in this C++ tutorial? In this C++ programming tutorial, you will learn what is C++, important concepts of C++, basic Hello World program, different variable types used in C++, arrays, operators, loops, file handling in C++, functions, C++ interview questions and answers, and many more interesting concepts of C++. C++ programming. What is C++? Learn basic concepts of C++. What is C++? C++ is a general-purpose, object-oriented programming language. It was created by Björn Stroustrup at Bell Labs circa 1980. C++ is very similar to C, invented by Dennis Ritchie in the early 1970s. C++ is so compatible with C that it will probably compile over 99% of C programs without changing a line of source code. Though C++ is a lot of well-structured and safer language than C as it OOPS-based. Popular programming languages in use. Popular languages that are mainly in use are Java, C++, Python, and C. Lower-level languages like assembly language, C, C++. These languages force the programmer to think more about the problem in computer programming terms and its implementations, instead of the business logic. As you can see, despite being old, C++ is relatively popular still today, which is a feat in and its own. The graph is from StackOverflow.com. Is C++ best programming language? The answer depends on perspective and requirements. Some tasks can be done in C++, though not very quickly. For example, designing GUI screens for applications. Other languages like Visual Basic, Python have GUI design elements built into them. Therefore, they are better suited for GUI type of task. C++ is still used widely, and the most famous software have their backbone in C++. This tutorial will help you learn C++ basic and the advanced concepts. 5 basic concepts of C++. Here are 5 basic C++ concepts. C++ variables. Variables are the backbone of any programming language. A variable is merely a way to store some information for later use. We can retrieve this value or data by referring to a word that will describe this information. Once declared and defined, they may be used many times within the scope in which they were declared. C++ control structures. When a program runs, the code is read by the compiler line by line, from top to bottom, and for the most part left to right. This is known as code flow. When the code is being read from top to bottom, it may encounter a point where it needs to make a decision. Based on the decision, the program may jump to a different part of the code. It may even make the compiler rerun a specific piece again, or just skip a bunch of code. C++ data structures. A data structure is a great way to get around having to create thousands of variables. C++ contains many types of inbuilt data structures. Most often used is arrays, which will be taught later. C++ syntax. The syntax is a layout of words, expression, and symbols. Well, it's because an email address has its well-defined syntax. You need some combination of letters, numbers, potentially with underscores, underscore, or periods, in between, followed by an at the rate, symbol, followed by some website domain, company.com. So, syntax in a programming language is much the same. They are some well-defined set of rules that allow you to create some piece of well-functioning software. But, if you don't abide by the rules of a programming language or syntax, you'll get errors. C++ tools. In the real world, a tool is something, usually a physical object, that helps you to get a certain job done promptly. Well, this holds true with the programming world too. A tool in programming is some piece of software which, when used with the code, allows you to program faster. There are probably tens of thousands, if not millions, of different tools across all the programming languages. Most crucial tool, considered by many, is an IDE, an integrated development environment.